Hello everyone, I hope you are having all a good weekend. Today we are going to look at what is happening in the Forex and the crypto market as well. So we are going to have a deep analysis on one of the main indexes, dollar index, and also on the crypto market. As beginning, I'm going to look at for the economic calendar for the coming week. So we are going to be careful what we may face during the new week ahead. Just one more. The first one that we are going to have is the Bank of Japan with the monetary policy minutes. We have to be careful, but I'm not expecting anything big at all from the Bank of Japan, considering that they didn't take any further steps related with the interest rates on the yield, interest yield, and on the base interest rates. So it can be a flat, let's say, meeting. The second one that will be on Wednesday will be from Germany. It is a high important index, as you may see during this period of time. This index has decreased below 50. In a normal situation, it should be above 50. However, let's see how the market will react. It is expected to be a little bit higher this time, considering that the economy is also recovering in some points. Global composition from Eurozone on Tuesday again, and also we have some data from GBP from the UK. So let's see what is going to happen on this part up to Tuesday. Just one moment. You can write me if you have any question. On Wednesday, we are going to have very important data from Australian front. We are going to face consumer price indexes, so the inflation rate during this month, it is expecting to be a little bit higher than the previous month. As we can see, the expectations are higher. Consumer price index for the fourth quarter from 7.3 to 7.5, so everything is expected to rise here. During the European afternoon and the US morning, we are going to have data from Canada. The Bank of Canada is going to share the interest rate decision. It is going to be very important. This topic was discussed also during the previous week and the week before, so everyone is focused on the Canadian dollar. That is why it is not moving too much. It is expected that probably the Bank of Canada is going to support the currency and to show more hawkish sentiment during this time. So let's see what they will share. During Thursday, we have durable goods orders, very important indicator here. The next one probably will be something small from the US. This is the biggest, one of the strongest indicator that I want to focus during this week on Thursday from GDP data. Preliminary for the fourth quarter, it is going to be very important for the US. As we have seen during the previous numbers, they perform very well. The US economy is not stopping at all, so we may see US dollar to be very strong. We haven't seen any bad data related with the economic numbers at all. Overall, the economy is performing very well, so it is not slowing down despite the fact that they are increasing the interest rates. So it's a good indication. Also, the expectations are very high. It is expected for the GDP to grow from 4.4 to 6.2. This is a good sign overall, considering that also the market is expecting a 6.2 increase on the GDP data from the US. And Friday is approximately a very flat day, so it will be probably a day without movement at all. So let's see the dollar index right now, what is happening. As you may see on the daily chart, we are on this part of the structure, how the price is developing here. Price is coming down, just one moment, price is coming down at this point, as we have seen also during the previous time, and we are in type of descending channel here. All the time that we saw the price to come close to the lower part of this area, as you may see these points here, this is the first one, price show it to be very aggressive, so after that we saw the next bullish movement. The chances are very high again that the price may react in this area. Look at what happened. We have the first bounce that happened at this point, and we have also another one at this point here. The chances are very high that the dollar index may increase again. However, we have also to be very careful. Price is just creating up and downs. So considering the previous bottoms here, the price should grow again. However, it is not creating any solid reversal pattern. It is just developing more at this point. But probably the chances will be very high that we may see the next bullish move to happen very soon. This is the only time frame that I think is worth for the dollar index. For the moment, we don't have anything clear at all. And this is what I'm looking at during these days. So let's see. The only thing that I see is that probably the price may create something bigger, and after that it will take the next direction. Let's hope that it will be a clearer direction during the next time. The next one that we are going to look at after we created an idea with the dollar index, I think that we have to look at Bitcoin. So the dollar index is expected probably to change the direction. But what is happening with Bitcoin is very strange during these days. So if we are going to look at from the lowest point, this is dating back at the beginning of January, price recovered by approximately 40%. During the previous speculation, when price broke out from this wedge pattern, that was a potential bullish movement, the first target was the challenge of the left structure, as you may see at 21,400 and 500. Price is showing there that the chances were very high to move lower, and I was looking for the bearish movement as well. The scenario that actually happened here, it was not expected at all, at least at this moment. In my opinion, it doesn't make sense at all for the price to create this optimism right now and to break through 21,500. That if we are going to look back at this point, this is also the FTX point when the price moved down here. That is why we have to be very careful. On the other hand, I'm looking at also this article. It was shared some days ago related with Genesis creditors, as you may see. Genesis creditors negotiating prepackaged bankruptcy. It is expected that Genesis creditors are negotiating the terms of a possible Chapter 11 filing according to sources closest to the matter. So this is going to be a big problem. I don't think that this was priced in during the previous time. The previous time we had block fee problems, and now we are going to have Genesis. For all of you that don't know, Genesis is one of the subsidiaries of DCG Group, Digital Currency Group, and under Digital Currency Group we have 5 subsidiaries overall. And if Genesis is going to file for this Chapter 11 bankruptcy, I think that probably all the group is going to have big problems at this moment. So it will not be an easy topic. And FTX began in the same way during the previous times. We saw FTX that began with problems, and after 1 week the market was in deep red. That is why we have to be very careful, and this optimism is not good at all at this moment. Considering the current price position, what I'm looking at as a maximum movement that it can happen, because we are not market makers, we have to be very careful all the time. But with my opinion, we should know also the potential reversal points. So let's suppose that the bullish optimism is going to continue. I don't think that the price is going to break through this area. Considering that price didn't recover easily during the previous time, after we saw the Celsius collapse related with this wave here, I don't think that the price is going to recover easily and it will continue higher. However, let's see, we have to collect more data. In my opinion, even if price is going to test this area, it will come back as a minimum in 21,400 again, if price is going to complete this zone. However, the chances are very high, considering that it didn't correct at all during the previous time. It has stopped. This is a strong psychological number. I'm looking at the psychological numbers on Bitcoin and on Ethereum during this period of time. It tends to create a very strong price reaction during these areas when we have seen these numbers. 24,000 is going to be the first one that I'm going to look at as a potential scenario for the reversal, and 23 and 300 was almost done. So if we are going to look at 23, price is already below 23 here. We don't have any data at all to support the bearish move or the bullish move right now. We don't have any pattern at all. As you can see, the volume is very low. Price has to correct more, in my opinion. What we can do for the moment is that we can wait, and probably we may face any type of small pattern. This type of triangular pattern with the current data, it can push the price up. If price is going to break through 23, it can expose the 24. But if price is going to break down below 22 and 500 for this scenario, probably it will move down to test the previous structure. So these are only minimum expectations considering the pattern that we have right now. So I'm not expecting anything big at all. We have to focus more and to see what is going to happen. It is not the right time for the bullish move, but also for the bearish move, it will be an aggressive sell at this moment. So let's see what we are going to have during these days. It will be very interesting. On the other hand, if we are going to look at Ethereum, this stands in a different position compared to Bitcoin. This time Ethereum is a bit weaker, as you may see. At 21,000 and 1,600, during the previous time I shared this harmonic pattern, a bearish one. It was completed at 1,600. I was expecting for correction. The correction was very small from this point, so it was approximately 6.5% from the entry point. It was not a decent move, it was a very small move, as you can see. After price reached this area here, we can see only 6.2. After this breakout, look at what the price is showing to us right now. We can see the price broke out, it is consolidating, and this is a bullish pattern overall how we are looking at in this scenario. But for the moment, as you may see, price is testing FTX point when the price began the crash at this moment, and exists also the possibility that this point can push the price lower. What is very strange is that Bitcoin already managed to break through FTX high and it is moving higher. So that is why the buy and the sell in this moment are very risky in the same way. If Bitcoin is going to move down from the chart that we looked at before, the chances are very high that from this point we may see any bearish correction. How deep it can move, it will depend from the pattern that it will create at this moment. So as minimum, I think that it will reach 1,500 again. However, it is not ready because this is showing something bullish and bearish from the upper side. Any price breakout from above 1,670, probably it will definitely expose the price to the next structure that we have on the left side. So I think that the price is going to challenge this top after that and probably a bit higher. So as you may see, not too many things are very clear during this moment. That is why we have to be very careful. We have to be patient this time. We have to see how the price may develop. However, at this moment, this is still showing for a bullish move, but we have to be very careful considering Bitcoin price position. Also, during this moment, we don't have any bullish or bearish sign at all here, so this is something that is still developing more the structure. And let's see what is going to happen. It's not ready at all. The next one that I'm looking at since a long period of time is WhiteBIT token. It is strange that the overall market reacted very bullish, but as I have seen, many of the tokens that are related with the brokers like Binance, Binance token, so BNB, WhiteBIT token, they didn't move too much. WBT didn't move too much. So the focus was mainly on the cryptocurrencies that are the biggest one, then on the tokens of the companies. The price that we may see right now is at 3.3. This is a very low point. As you may see on the left side of the structure, this is dating back when the price was listed on other exchanges than WhiteBIT, and this is the reversal point that probably we may see the next bullish move. If market is going to close profits on the big cryptocurrencies, I think that everyone is going to jump in these new trading possibilities. And this time, I think that definitely it may begin the big movement again. However, this is also supported from the broker. It's very, very new, as you may see. And also, this time, this token was the first time after so many days that we have seen from FTX collapse that price reacted in this way and also bullish. So we may see the bullish trend to begin from this point, and I think that this is really cheap again at this moment. Let's go with the next one, EURUSD. Just a moment. As you may see, for the EURUSD, price broke out from the previous structure that this is dating back from just one moment, I want to read the chat. Thank you very much for your comment. I really appreciate it. Thank you. What we may see for Euro USD, we may see that the price is above this small structure on the left side, so the chances are that it can grow. However, we shouldn't be really optimistic regarding Euro. At the end of the day, Euro is not doing anything at all better than USD in order to recover so fast. Everyone is speculating regarding the interest rate, and the European Central Bank is going to increase the interest rates because it is still very low. It is speculated between 0.5 and 0.75 for the next meeting that is scheduled on March, if I'm not wrong. However, it doesn't make sense for the price to continue to rise. It is not taking a pause at all, if you may see from this part of the structures. So this is a very small correction despite the fact that price is close to this area. So what may happen at this point? During the CPI data, everyone was expecting for the price to move up because CPI was moving down and other stuff. However, we have to be careful because CPI is slowing down, and according to the normal position related with inflation numbers, when the inflation numbers is slowing down, so when the inflation number is lower, it means that the USD is going to be weaker. However, in the current position, we are not in normal conditions at all. So we are talking for inflation rates that are way too far from the normal balance of inflation rate. The normal inflation rate is between 2 and 2.5 for all the economies if you are going to look at their reference inflation rate. So it doesn't make sense that only because the inflation rate is going down, the currency is going to be weak. Overall, we are looking at also how the economies are performing. As we saw also before, the economies are testing very high inflation rates that are dating back 40 years ago, so we are not at all in normal conditions. And that is why we have to be careful when we interpret these numbers right now. That is why also the market is not clear at all if they should move USD up or probably down. And it's not a clear situation at all. So it doesn't leave more space to create a clear, solid, fundamental analysis at this point. At least this is my opinion. So I believe that you don't have to agree with me at this point, because all the type of analysis has a lot of space for interpretation regarding the fundamental perspective and the technical perspective as well. So that is why the world is colorful. So let's see what is going to happen. For this part of the structure right now, we can look at this in different perspectives. What I shared today that is taking a bit of a clear shape right now is this type of pattern. It is not a clear one for the moment, but this is what I'm looking at with the actual data. This is taking a shape like a type of diamond pattern, diamond top pattern. Most of the time when this pattern is created, it creates two potential possibilities. One is a continuation pattern, so it can act in this way, and during this moment it can create a bullish wave that could be very aggressive. That is why we have to be careful. But also on the opposite scenario, this But also on the opposite scenario, this pattern can push the price down if this is going to manage to break on the lower side. So at this moment, we are going to have the bearish movement. Most of the time it is created in this way, so we have the bullish wave. that is created. This is part of the bullish trend that may happen here, and after that we have the bearish trend that is coming on the next part of the diamond pattern. However, let's be careful, as the first target that I'm looking at for this pattern is this small structure here, close to 1.06, 70, 80, and the next one is going to be the base of the structure. After that, we have to look at how the price will develop. So let's be careful, because if price is going to break the top of this pattern, definitely this is going to be an aggressive bullish pattern after that. On the opposite scenario, this is going to be the bearish pattern. It's tricky, it's not that easy, but if we are going to keep it simple, it may work out very well, in my opinion. The next one that we are going to look at is GBPUSD. We have to be very careful. As you may see, we have a wedge pattern that is pushing the price up here. The first resistance that the price is facing is the top of this structure. However, the price is not managing at all to break through this area in order to test the left side of the structure again. That is why we have to be careful. Only when the price will manage to break above this point, above 1.2440, then it is going to test the other zone. And the chances are equal that the price may create the correction from this top or probably from this top. With this data that we have here, nothing is clear for the moment. It is not showing anything at all. The only thing that we may see is that the price is barely moving up or down, so it is advancing but with deep pullbacks. That is why we have to be very careful from any fast sell-off at this point. If this is going to move down, 1.22 is going to be the first structure target here, and the next one is going to be this zone here. So it is not too far, but it can create these moves. So let's see how the price will develop, because it has to develop more. It is not clear for the moment, and both moves are possible in this area. The resistance zone looks strong from the upper part. That is why we have to be very careful for long trades. The next one is Australian dollar and yen. This is getting very interesting, and I'm going to talk about this related with all the yen pairs, because they are creating this type of patterns approximately in the same way. What is very strange is that also on the daily chart the price is creating this type of pattern that is expanding on the upper part, but overall it should push the price down. What we have to be careful is that we have to be careful with the part that the Bank of Japan is not working at all with the interest rates, so they don't want to increase the interest rates. They increased only the 10-year interest yield, related with the bonds. I don't think that was enough to support for the inflation. However, they have decided to fight the inflation in a different way. What is very important from the technical perspective, I shared this analysis on 2 days ago on Friday, and as you may see, price increased and already reached this target. For GBPN, we may see that price increased. However, these were risky moves because the price was developing at this moment. What is very interesting right now is that we have the Bank of Japan that they will share the monetary policy statement 2 hours after the market will open today. So it will be after 4 hours, 3 hours and a half from now that I'm talking. Everything will depend from them, but probably we may see the price to grow again, considering that they will not share anything interesting related with the interest rates. But it will be a very speculative move overall. Once the price will reach the top of the target, I think that we have to be careful because we can see any sell-off again or probably any move higher. So everything will be related with what the Bank of Japan is going to share today during the market opening. So this is what I'm looking at for the moment. Just updated, just shared. One of the guys from TradingView platform is asking about GBPUSD. GBPUSD just analyzed before, so you may rewatch the video again. Ahmad Zara is asking about gold. I will share gold probably tomorrow because I don't have more time for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed the live analysis for today. Please don't forget to subscribe and press the like button for more future contents. Thank you. Bye bye.